Okay, so let's create a React app for the first time. So if we open up VS Code and we'll open up the Hello World folder that we created earlier. Now at the top, if we open up our terminal, let's create a new terminal. And I'll open up down the bottom. Now to create a React app, what you've got to do is npx create -react -app. And then afterwards you want to give it a name. It can't have any capitals or anything like that. So let's just call it front end. Press enter and we'll let that install. Now it's going to take a little while to install because it's got to download all its dependencies and things like that. So I'm going to pause the video and I'll be back. Okay, so now that's installed. You can see it's created a front end folder. Most of the stuff that we're going to deal with is inside of our source folder, and you can see it's filled in with a couple tests, an app.js, index.js. So before we do anything, I'll show you what it does. So if you go in your terminal and we'll cd to the front end folder it created, and we type in npm start, and this will start our local development server. Just let that start. It will automatically open your Internet Explorer, so hopefully you should have Chrome installed because it's got good development tools. If not, then when we get to our debugging section, I'll explain everything. So that is the default React app, and it has a learn link, so it takes it into the document pages for React. But we're not ever going to use this because obviously it's just a template. To stop the development server, you want to go click on the terminal and click Control-C, and that will cancel it out. And you want to do that because if you close VS Code, it will already have something running on that port. So if you try to reopen it and try to start it again, it will come up with an error because it's trying to restart something on port 3000 when it's already been occupied, so you can't do it. So when you actually create a React app like this, you get filled with a lot of stuff that you don't need because obviously it's an example. So if we go and we delete everything apart from the app.js, the index.js and the index CSS, and then we'll open up the index CSS and we'll delete the service worker because we've just deleted that. The service worker is basically if you register it there, where it says unregistered, if you change that to registered, it allows your app to be working offline. But when you're using databases and stuff like that, it gets confusing because you need to store data but then publish it to the actual databases. So delete everything but leave the main tag because otherwise your app will throw an error. Delete that. We don't have an app CSS, we just deleted it. Save that. Save the index. Okay, so inside public, we can delete everything apart from the index HTML. Now, this is where all the code we're going to create is going to get compiled down and inserted. So if we delete some of these tags, but leave the viewport tag, delete the theme, you can delete the description, delete everything, right down to the title. And we'll give it a title for Hello World. You can delete the no script. Now, just whatever you do, make sure you don't delete the div with an ID of root, because that is where the code gets inserted when React actually compiles your app. Save that. And now we've got a complete blank canvas that we can start working on for our future projects. This is how most people start their React apps because they're not going to want to configure Babel, Webpack, things like that. It's already done for you behind the scenes.